Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Really excited, Matty boy, to be outdoors down in Southern California. We're out here at La Costa. We're looking at the new Taylormade line for 2022.
Exciting stuff.
I mean, this is entirely different. I mean, a face that is 100% carbon, 60 layers of carbon, you know, a PU face, all the elements of performance that are now engineered into the face. Inverted cone, I mean, I worked for Taylormade when we brought out inverted cone back in the day. I was a big shift, inverted cone, being able to manage the center strikes and sort of enhance ball speed around the sweet spot. But this is a whole different animal, Matty.
Yeah, people are gonna think of new face technology, they'll go, okay, what is this? Is this you telling me I can hit higher ball speeds?
Yep.
People are gonna say, what about the legal limits? Why carbon on the face versus carbon on the crown and the sole to save weight? Is it worth saving weight in the face?
It 100% is worth saving weight in the face, and we'll get into it with Tomo, and he's the guy. But you know, having just chatted with Chandler as well on this type of stuff, the efficiency of carbon versus titanium is really where it's at. So you know, we're talking about the ability to recover quicker. So when we basically have impact will create some sort of trampoline effect on the face. How quickly that recovers is the efficiency of ball speed. And obviously managing that around the face. So the geometry and what they were able to do from a ball speed perspective was a big part of going with carbon. The other part is as well the weight savings. Right, saving over 20 grams, being able to go from I think it was you know, like a 46 gram you know, face to
plate.
like to, you know, 20 odd grams. Like, it's a significant saving in where we can sort of reposition that. But having that weight savings on the face allowed them to make it much quicker, larger and quicker.
And the face is noticeably larger than the last couple generations, which I think a lot of people will like.
Yeah, they will. I think that's a larger footprint. Sim, for me, was a great driver.
Yes.
But that shallow head always kind of gave me a little bit of concern that I didn't have much face to play with.
Especially high in the face,
vertically.
It was a little bit volatile with the high strike.
Definitely.
So we're basically in this video just going to give you guys, I think, really our initial reactions. We've got some awesome time with Tomo and with Trotty. Looking forward to that, to get a little bit deeper into the fitting aspect. But I mean, we've got a great environment here. We got TrackMan down. I think it'd just be fun for you and I just to hit a few. And both models, we got the Stealth HD and the Plus. That's the adjustable one. Nice to see the track back. Lovely to see the track back. I think we were all kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say concerned, but maybe a tad disappointed. We never had that last year. We said that. We thought that the track was an advantage in seeing that go. But now we're looking, guys, at the layering of technologies. We've got the track, we've got an inertia generator, we've got, you know, the carbon crown, we've got the bigger face, we've got, you know, the faster face. Twist face is still there. Twist face is still there. I mean, we've got so many layers of technology on top of this now. It's quite the package. So let's hit it and see what it does. Sounds good. So I've got my Titleist driver. Why don't we hit a couple just to get some baseline numbers so we can compare these two to that? And then we'll open up the Plus. We'll open up the Plus. So a couple things. As of the time Mac and I played our match inside, I was noticing that I was spinning my driver quite a bit. Well, we said it earlier on, hell has frozen over. Hell has frozen over because this is a TSI 4. And I told you probably last year that there's no way in the world I would ever play this driver. The only time we could ever play TSI 4 was if it was in 10.5 and probably lofted up in one of the loft sleeve settings. And I'm doing this as much as I can. But no, it is now a good option for you. You know, we'll see the numbers, we'll see why it's a good option for you, but we're going to compare it to Stealth Plus. And it's a good time, I think, now for me to test the Taylormade driver because I can put a bit more spin on the ball, and these are some of the best at reducing spin. Absolutely. So we should be able to see the advantage of that. Love it. Okay. Let's hit a couple. That's a good one. That was nice, Matty boy. Kind of an ideal flight. So coming out nice and flat, you know, in the launch, I think it's a bit flatter than we're used to seeing there. So 9 and 25 on that one. Okay, so we'll hit one more. Sure. TSI 4, guys, we obviously understand the driver that is TSI 4. It's the blade of drivers. It really is. We've hit one left, one great, one right. You know, it's not easy. We're trying to kind of fit you into a spin window, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right driver. Agreed. And I think we're going to be able to touch on some of that with Stealth Plus. And definitely. Some of the offerings on that bigger face, some of the forgiveness elements to it. That's probably as good as I can hit this driver, I would say. I've turned over a little bit, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we've just got the Stealth Plus, weights in the middle, right at 9 degrees.
Neutral.
Gotcha.
Standard neutral. We don't know enough about the driver yet to know what we need to adjust.
Gotcha. Nice sound, isn't it?
I think that's going to be the talking point, isn't it? You know, when people reference the face, the carbon face, you know, is it you know, noticeably duller in the sound? Is it uncomfortable?
Honestly, not all that dissimilar to the TSI,
yep.
which I think is one of the better sounding drivers that's come out.
And what did that translate from a feel perspective to you when you hit that there versus this?
Maybe slightly firmer, but we're talking just fractional.
Yep.
And it's, I would say, for someone that probably wasn't in love with former Taylormade feeling drivers, a little bit more muted.
Yeah.
I think this one's got a little bit more lively face to it.
I mean, your longest one there, ball speed 171.6, 10 launch 2400. You know, again, talking earlier with the R&D team, you know, and some of the launch numbers that DJ likes to see and the tour players. I mean, DJ was just testing the driver at their launch down at Floridian.
Yep.
He wants to see 11 launch, 2600 spin.
A little bit higher spin to keep the control.
But yeah, 11 and 24, not 26. It was 200 more than what we said we like with you. So
nice.
Pretty good. Let's see a couple more.
Leaked it a bit, but hit it well.
Yeah, it came up a little bit on the launch, and the spin came down. Ball speed was identical, 171.4.
That felt nice.
That came out quick, that one. Yeah, 172.6 there.
Wow.
10 launch, 2300, 292. Interesting. Okay, the Plus is pretty good for you.
It seems to be. Yeah.
Let's go into the Stealth. I'll be interested to try and get that launch up a little bit, but keep the spin rate down. Standard Stealth, slightly different acoustic. When I hit it first, prior to coming down here, this was to me a little higher in the pitch.
Okay.
But I was
sure.
This is the true test, the outside in our element.
Yeah, we haven't heard it outside yet, have we? Very similar looking at address. I think I'd have a hard time discerning the two
one
of them,
from the other,
which is good.
Yep.
Caught that actually a little bit higher in the face. That's a nice flight. That looks like it's got a little more distance on it.
And that, you know, talking about the first one, I wanted to get the launch up, keep the spin down if we could, and that's where we got that there. So 12.8 on the launch, 2300 spin. Just shifting those numbers a little bit, just redirecting them. Spin down, launch up. Ball speed at 170, but it was your best carry at 296.
So better launch conditions, even though the speed might be a shade lower.
And we've got room to play with that. So your peak height was coming out at 90.
Yes.
With the Stealth Plus, 118 there. So we've got between 90 and 118 to start playing with this and start moving it around a little bit.
Hopefully see it closer to 100.
I think if we can get it 100, 105, we'll see some really nice launch, flat, you know, really long ones. Again, I never want you dropping below 300 on the fly.
Yeah, agreed. That was nice too. I think that
really
was a little flatter.
You've actually given that a touch more as well. Your club head speed was quick there. Yeah, so 173, nice. 10.5. That's came out 98 feet.
That's really
interesting. This is really close for you.
So this non-slider adjustable version is actually not too bad in terms of spin reduction. Like, I think usually people assume, last year it was the Max version, right? Sim 2 Max. That they think, okay, I can go with that, it's more forgiving, but I'm gonna lose out on the spin reduction.
Right.
We're not seeing that so far.
So if you look at the sleeve, I've actually adjusted the sleeve. So I turned the loft down slightly.
That's good.
Yeah, so we could retain the ball speed, knowing that we had more weight in the back, we could get the launch up, we could manage the spin rate. My only concern is, would we introduce a left shot, which we haven't really.
No.
It's still really, really nice, so we're taking advantage of all of that there. There's twist face at its finest.
Twist face helped me out there, did it ever? I hit that probably well towards the toe and high.
Yeah. Amazing how soft that draw was.
It's a great result.
Yeah, nice launch conditions. You don't really get that one that plummets. I mean, you've always feared the one that plummets in spin.
Good point.
Yeah, you've obviously shifted the strike out enough to lose some ball speed, but 11 launch and 2300 spin is still really nice.
That's nice to see.
307. Okay, open one up for me.
Okay, a little more heat. Yeah, it's probably about as good as I can hit it.
That's a perfect flight. Quick as well, 118 on the club
head.
175 ball, quick as we've seen today. Yeah, really, really good. Interesting. What part of the head did you hit that in?
It must have been a little bit low. Yeah, a little bit low.
Launch was down, spin was up a touch.
Nice and straight, obviously, but a little bit higher in the spin. This is just a very comfortable driver to use.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the TSI 3 when I was spinning it in the right window.
Yep.
Nice and forgiving. Yes, you could hit one a bit low and spin it up, but you still get nice ball speed and good distance out of it.
Really, really like it.
Very impressed with these.
And obviously, guys, we'll do a little bit more testing with the HD, the high draw version as well, just to see how that kind of rolls out. But initial impressions, which is kind of what we were here to do in this video, is pretty strong.
Very strong. I would say this is, in the last 3 years that we've been doing this, is probably the first time I've looked at one of these and gone, I think that might be something I consider playing this year. So much more forgiving and stable, and I think it just suits kind of, you know, enough distance out there, but also very playable for the course.
It's going to be fascinating once we sort of add these into the mix with other companies. The bracket, for example, how does the ball speed sort of compete? You know, there's other companies who are doing carbon in the crown, there's other companies who are doing similar things. No one's doing this.
It's true, they'll be the only ones with this.
What's the competitive advantage? And you know, once we start to realise that, where does that kind of rank, you know, Taylormade in terms of, you know, the most advancement technology and driver in the market?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
Okay, guys, I mean, a lot to digest here. You know, you'll hear lots of different terms that you've maybe not heard us talk about before because this is such a new technology, but we're excited to bring that to you and maybe start rethinking performance on a driver in a completely different way.
Definitely. So more to come with this with Trotty and Tomo coming up.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, stay tuned. We'll see you again soon.